It seems like a lot of the people here have different information. We really need to start verifying our information because they're picking us off one by one because we're misinformed. So we'll get these questions posted. We'll get the answers that were given here today by any of us posted on there. If we could just start verifying those answers and finding the information that we don't have as a community so we know where we stand just as a community. Just wanted to bring that up. Thank you, guys.
Nobody else is going to come up. And I'm going to make this very quick. And it's I keep quoting this person. A lot of people have heard a lot of different things about this person. This person's attitude towards expressing themselves might be a little off. Some of us live out in the boonies and we live there for a long time and we don't talk to anybody for a long time, but that's what happens. Vince basically made a very good revelation that everybody should already know if you don't know. Code is not law. Code is different than law. And we have to figure out where where law trumps code and where code trumps law. And there aren't that many places where code trumps law. But we have to find those places because that's where they're going to wiggle. We're actually, and what I've kept saying is that they're actually hanging themselves with the different attacks on people or like when Chloe received her violation notice, it was done by a 7th grader. It was done by a person with a 7th grade education or something. It wasn't properly written up. That is things that you can present to a judge and say, hey, no, this is not right. So we need to know what the codes are, like we know our algebra or our ABCs or whatever. We need to know that. So we need to know the difference between code and law in each individual circumstance. Because your constitutional rights trump any code. They trump any law. They trump all law. And the Colorado Constitution, this is where verification comes in. I have to find out, but I think the Constitution trumps Colorado Constitution, but I'm not sure. So we have to.
The Constitution is supreme law.
Supreme law of the land. And there's also in Black's Law Dictionary and in the whole concept of natural law rights, there's the idea of the law. People say, oh, you got to respect the law of the land. But what is being imposed on us right now is not the law of the land. It is the law of the water, which is maritime law. And you have to sign into that. You have to be brought in by contract. You have to have consideration for you to be brought into maritime law. Nobody can force you into maritime law.
Well, mine specifically in the Constitution it states, this Constitution and the treaties ratified by Congress shall be the supreme law of the land. Many of the treaties ratified by Congress are maritime treaties. These treaties have the effect of law. They have the effect of law in the court system, and they have the effect of law right down to the county level. The thing to do is look up previous court decisions concerning different building codes, legal code enforcement, and things of that nature, especially dealing with civil rights.
A lot of your answers are going to come from your original 13 columns.
Speaking of code, we just sat down here in the store, getting a cup of coffee and everything. And we witnessed Jeremy has it on TV. A code enforcement pulling over citizen.
A code enforcement pulled over a citizen?
Yes.
I'll videotape it. That's just who I went out there and dealt with. It was him and the sheriff. Or a deputy on video. They wanted to know why I was coming out videoing.
Give me that.
One thing I want to make light of, I want to shed light on this. That man, I've been doing this for the last 2 days, like really heavy. He just quoted everything. He started off by saying he quoted the Constitution verbatim. And that's what we need to be. We need to be able to, like he did just now, quote the parts of the Constitution, hopefully the whole
You're
thing.
going to find a lot of your older codes are going to be the states before the Constitution. You're going to find a lot of your more relevant codes. Because the 13 original colonies were all started before the Constitution. So a lot of what's in there in the Constitution is coming from the 13 original treaties that set up those colonies.
And the primary book that that's used as far as understanding constitutional law goes back to Blackstone's commentaries on English common law.
Hold on.
The heritage of English common law. Every state in this union except Louisiana, which is based upon the Napoleonic Code, has legal structure and system based upon English common law, going back through and before the colony.
Sir?
Okay. Basically, a lot of this is above a lot of people's heads in regards to the technicalities. So if there's any way we can get it in layman's term, like, okay, code is not, if you break the code, it's not a criminal offense. You can't get arrested.
No, you can't get arrested for breaking in code.
So that, you can get fined, but you can't get arrested.
You can't legally get arrested, because the county's still been doing
But
it.
they
Just
do
in
it.
the county,
Yes, and that's where that's where the violation comes from. And the root word, or not the root word, but the etymology of violate, what I would just call the root word, it's not the root word, but the root of it is violence. When you are violated, you are being violated with violence. And that is what happens when, all the violence is when somebody removes your right. If you hit me, you've removed my right not to be hit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got one question, okay. What gives the code enforcement officer to come on, the right to come on your property? There has to leave.
I can tell them. You want to know the answer to that? Precedent. Because some little old dude back in the day was sitting down, they came to him, they brought it to him, and when he was violated.
Actually, if you read the 87-page code of the county,
140 some now.
you give them the right when you apply for a permit and get code enforcement access to your land.
Right?
Because that's a contract.
Before, in the fine print, after we're now signed it, right underneath it, you are giving any code enforcement, and I say, I think it's all county, I brought mine, so I
Yep,
but it says, you are allowing them on your land 24/7. Now, I have had the same problem. I thought that I was in my right. I have no trespassing signs, the whole 9 yards. They came on my property, 12:30 at night, 7 o'clock in the morning, whatever. But because I found out from the attorney, because I signed that paper agreeing and giving them permission, I gave up my right of my privacy.
But for them to be there, it's gotta be for that permit issue only, not to stretch it
No,
out.
that's what we
Size.
believe. That's
No,
what
that's what
we
it's supposed to be.
believe, and that's what it's supposed to be.
That's what
But-
they're supposed to be there to address that permit
In their
only.
code book, in the county code book, and in the state also, when they are allowed, when you permit them on your premises, and they see something, or maybe they smell, the wind blowing my way, because I don't grow or smoke dope, I don't do drugs, I don't drink, so they can say all they want. Now, if it's a southwest wind, and you know where I live, and I'm out in nowhere, it's not mine, but I just laughed. I said, well, maybe it's a Texan on the corner, because
Considering if California catches fire, the valley fills full of smoke.
well, it's kind of confusing because of the things that we've been through. If you read the fine print and you ask, if any of you do not understand, they have a pile, they have 3 piles like this, of county code books. You can ask for one, and they have to give you a copy.
Oh, they tried to sell me one today for $25.
No, they have to, codes are supposed to be public.
They're supposed to be public access.
Yeah, they told me I'd go to the internet. I said, I'm off the grid. I said, I can't go on the internet. I said, I want a copy of that page you're writing me up on right now. Well, it's gonna cost you $25. I said, okay, I'll give you the $25. I went back, gave me the copy, just 1 page is all I wanted, but they just wrote me a ticket for it. Okay?